There are a whole bunch of origin characters that you could choose to play as when you start Baldur's Gate 3. And while you may spend a lot of time deciding who you want to pick, it literally took me an hour and a half just to decide how to start this game. You don't need to worry about not getting to meet all of the origin characters, as you can recruit each one of them to join your party. However, there's one origin character that's rather difficult to stumble across, and that's Karlach. So here's how to find her. To reach Karlach, you need to get to a region in the opening area called the Risen Road. The actual coordinates of where you can find Karlach are X111 and Y503. However, if you want a more detailed route of how to find her, here's how I did it. I got to this area by jumping across a broken bridge near the Blighted Village, right about here on the map. There's also a barn nearby the bridge, outside the village, and if you're gonna open those doors, you know what? Just be careful if you're going to open those doors, okay? From there, you'll run into some gnoll-infested hyenas that you should probably put down, and beyond that will be a toll house where there will be plenty of dead bodies nearby and some paladins who offer to give you a nice sword if you bring them the head of a so-called devil, which just so happens to be the one-horned lady that we're looking for. South of this bloody toll house will be a river, so follow the bloodstains down to the river, and you'll find Karlach. Chat with her, and unless you really want to fight her for some reason, it shouldn't be too difficult to recruit her to join your merry band of worm-infested heroes. If you have an open spot in your party, she'll join you right away. Otherwise, she'll meet you back at your camp, where you could swap another party member for her, which is what I did because I definitely want to hang out with the cool devil lady barbarian. Sure beats hanging out with Shadowheart. Now, this recruitment does get a little more dicey if you have Will in your party when you find Karlach. If you found and recruited Will at the Druid Grove, he'll tell you of his mission to find Karlach and slay the evil she-devil. This will begin his side quest and will put an easy marker on your map indicating where you can go to find her. Will will, of course, want to kill her the minute he lays eyes on her, or eye on her. That is until your brain worms all start talking to one another and you realize that she's a good she-devil, not a bad one. After that, it shouldn't be too hard to convince Will that she's not an enemy, and in fact, he'll even kind of respect you for talking back to him. And I don't have footage of this, unfortunately, but if you haven't recruited Will yet, and you end up recruiting Karlach first, he should show up at your camp not too long afterwards, at which point you can still recruit him. I don't know what happens if you get Karlach first and then show up at the Druid Grove where you meet Will. Maybe he gets mad or something. I mean, it's Baldur's Gate 3. They probably have some kind of contingency for that happening. They got plans for everything. For example, you might say to yourself, what could possibly happen if I just open up some simple barn doors? What could possibly be behind those? For more Baldur's Gate news and guides, check out thegamer.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.